Dear special invitee for this function, Ms. Pooja Kulkarni, the CEO and MD of Guidance Bureau of Tamil Nadu and her colleagues. Dear Past Chairman Shri Pramod Khoslaji, Vice Chairman Shri and Chairman-elect Shri Amit Agarwalji, members of the Board of Directors of ITA, the ED, the Additional Executive Director, the Secretariat of ITA, my dear members of ITA who are attending this program through virtual mode, members of the media and all other invitees, I'm so glad to wish you a very happy evening and a warm welcome to this 11th Annual General Body Meeting of ITA. First, let me talk about some of the highlights of the year gone by. The PPE success, which highlighted the role of the technical textile industry to the public at large, continued right through 2020 on into 2021 and still continues to go strong. It has highlighted the need for specialty textiles in our country and has given a fillip to or visibility to ITA. ITA, in addition to the multiple programs that we have done to promote the usage of PPE sector and to promote knowledge sharing in PPE, also, I'm happy to say, had entered into an MOU with the International Finance Corporation, IFC, to bring in international experts to guide Indian companies to reach global standards, and events were conducted under the guise of this MOU. Many companies of ITA have attained the BIS, and I'm happy to say many of them are in the process of even getting the 510K certification for the US and CE certifications. While the PPE story has by and large been successful and continues to be so, there are certain representations that the association continues to do, particularly with the ministry on the subject of melt-blown exports, which we are given to understand will happen in the next couple of weeks at the earliest. You will all know that the Mission on Technical Textiles, amounting to about 1,408 crores, has been announced, and ITA has been at the forefront of discussing where this money should go. Most of this money is going into R&D schemes, and the chairman ITA sits as part of the central steering committee that decides who should get this amount. And we try to actually be part of as many meetings as possible to make R&D relevant so that our members will benefit out of this money that is going into creating original IP that Indian companies can use tomorrow. Also, the Mission on Technical Textiles as a component on industry promotion, which we are lobbying with the government to actually bring out as soon as possible into the general fold, so the usage of technical textiles across the country can grow up. The PLI scheme, which is still in the making, has been announced, and ITA was very actively involved in the formulation and in the guidance from the industry voice that went into making this scheme. While there are still a lot of challenges in the scheme, a detailed advisory has been given by ITA on the WhatsApp group, which you are all aware of, which gives an in-depth view of what we think and our recommendations as far as the scheme is concerned. ITA, my friends, grows from strength to strength. There has been an increase of membership in this year to a very significant level. We have had a secretariat expansion at Delhi with an additional executive director, a senior gentleman, Mr. Anil Kumar, who is with us today, joining us to represent actively across ministries in Delhi. We have been working very closely with the Ministry of Textiles and the Office of the Textile Commissioner. And I don't think there is any forum in which ITA does not form a part of the representations on the subjects of technical textiles. We are today truly recognized as the voice of the Indian technical textile industry. Many programs have been conducted in general by ITA, but I particularly want to mention the skilling and knowledge initiatives that ITA has taken. Certification programs where experts from across ITA companies come forward to create 4 or 5 day programs that end up in certification, particularly in the areas of medtech and protech. And these programs have been extremely well received right across the country, from industry to educational associations. And my particular appreciations on this for our ED, Dr. Anup Rakshit, and for all the directors who have supported this event and made it happen. Not only is it a lobbying organization or an advocacy organization, but we are also an organization that takes care of knowledge development of our members. Multiple activities of engagement and advocacy continues to happen with the central government, particularly in the area of bringing technical textile made-ups into the general ambit of made-ups so that we can have ROSL advantages, as well as to get more favorable RODTEP rates, as well as a slew of other measures. I can assure you that the association continues to engage with its members and take up their causes and go in for policy advocacy and the right forums as required. Friends, what is the status of our industry today? In spite of the COVID pandemic, in one word, I would say business is thriving. Consumption demand continues to surge, not only in technical textiles, but across a wide range of product categories around the world. Particularly, we have to take advantage of this general moving away from China, both in terms of sentiments that has been very vocalized, told by most of our consuming countries in the Western world. And also by their own crises. As you're aware, there is a power crisis going on at this point of time there. And we have to see what opportunities that brings to companies like us. There have been dark spots over the last year in the technical textile story, the textile story at large, and probably even beyond that, in the form of raw materials going at unprecedented levels. We believe that the factory rates for most products that are being produced are at an all-time high, and it may continue to remain so. This dampening demand. Of late, we are aware that there's a container availability shortage, which also hits both our imports and our exports. But these are broadly blips in what I see as a growth curve. The government actions seem to be very coherent and strategic. At a central government level, we are seeing that they are making raw materials competitive by removing ADD on a range of inputs, at least making sure that the simple materials can get in at globally competitive prices. A baseline survey of technical textiles has been initiated with IIT Delhi by the ministry. ITA continues to be the main industry participant on that forum, advising on the outcomes of what should happen there. I've already mentioned PLI. There are concrete measures trying to be made towards bringing FDI inside. The central government is soon to announce a MITRA, a mega textile park scheme of about 10,000 crores that's going to create plug and play infrastructure across the country for textile companies like ours. The PLI might not be for all, but I'm given to understand that the ROSL and RODTEP schemes are what the government wants to give for a level playing field for smaller companies to come into. More significantly, states are being very aggressive in courting investments in the field of technical textiles particularly, but textiles at large. A good case of example is Madam who is sitting with us from Tamil Nadu to highlight the advantages of going to states. And I say this is very important because when state subsidies combine with central subsidies like PLI, it can then create what I feel is a conducive environment for significant investments to go into. Overall, I think we are in a good place to be and the industry continues to grow. Acknowledgements. Friends, as my period of chairmanship at ITA ends, I'm quite satisfied that we have together taken the organization further from the points that our predecessors worked hard and strived hard to bring us to. It is a journey, and I'm very happy in the achievements that we have done in the past years. We have created competence and credibility for ITA as an organization and created structural changes which have been accomplished for a resilient and strong growth. I profusely thank the Government of India, headed by Shri Narendra Modi ji, the Minister of Textiles and Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, former Minister of Textiles, Srimati Smriti Irani ji, the Secretary Textiles, Shri UK Singh ji, and his predecessors, the Additional Secretary, Mr. VK Singh, the JS, Shri Nihar Ranjan Das, the Textile Commissioner, Srimati Roop Rashi, and all the officers of the Ministry of Textiles and the Textile Commissioner's Office, and the other ministries for all the support they have given me during this period. My profuse thanks to my friends on the board of directors for an extraordinarily unstinting support, advice, trust, and help wherever I needed it. Without you, we would not have gone to where we are. I want to place on my record the outstanding support that the Secretariat of ITA, particularly the ED Dr. Anup Rakshit, has given me. Dr. Anup Rakshit has over a period of time grown to be a knowledge repository for the technical textile industry and forms the backbone of a strong secretariat, supported ably by his recent addition, the AED, to create what I would say a backbone on which industry leaders like I would try to help the technical textile industry. I thank him for all the support and the secretariat as well. As I go forward and give up this chair, I'm very happy and satisfied that I'm handing this over to my vice chairman for the past 3 years and a friend for much longer. Shri Amit Agarwal is a rare individual because in fledgling organizations, it's very important that you give far more than you take. Mr. Amit Agarwal has only given and given for this association for much longer than even that I have been the chairman or the vice chairman before that. He has been unstintingly there for me whenever I have actually asked for help. And at the drop of a hat, he has done things which I have to admit I myself cannot do. I leave the seat in very, very capable hands, and I'm sure he will take it to far better, greater heights than I could have ever dreamed. I wish Mr. Amit Agarwal all success in going forward. Friends, in every ending there is a beginning, and it has been a pleasure being the chairman of this association, and it's been a pleasure giving this chairman's report for the 11th annual general meeting. Thank you so much.